All right, let's continue graphing. Let me solve the first inequality. What I'm going to do here first, I'm going to subtract the 1. So I have negative 4x is greater or equal to 8. So negative 4x is greater or equal to 8. Let me divide both by a negative 4. So x is less than or equal to negative 2. All right, let me solve the second inequality. Let me subtract the 3. So I get 5x is less than or equal to negative 15. Let me divide by 5. X is less than or equal to negative 3. Did I flip my sign on the second inequality because I divided by a positive 5? So on the first one, let me label my numbers. There's a negative 2. There's a negative 3. My first inequality, I have from negative 2, I have a bracket, and I go to the left. My second inequality, I have a negative 3, I have a bracket, and I also go to the left. Because I'm using the word OR, that's basically for union, I'm asking which numbers are at least in one of the sets. And we're going to say from negative 2 towards the left. As my graph. Now, if I had to graph it as an interval notation, I go as far right as negative infinity, as far left as negative infinity, and as far right as a negative 2 with a bracket. Now, let's take a look at last example. Let me subtract 5 on each side. So I have negative 2x is less than or equal to 6. Let me divide both sides by a negative 2. So x is less than or equal to negative 3. Do keep in mind I did flip my arrow because I divided by a negative. Now looking at this other one, let me add 7. So 4x is greater or equal to negative 20. Let me divide by a positive 4. So x is greater or equal to negative 5. My key numbers here, let me label this as negative 5 and negative 3. My first inequality, it says from negative 3, you go towards the left. The second inequality says from negative 5, I go towards the right. I'm looking at the numbers that are at least, once again, I'm using the word OR, at least in one of them. And you're going to say, well, everything, right? Everything is at least one of them. Now, as an interval notation, how far left do I go? As negative infinity. How far right do I go? Positive infinity.